the dragons have taken over the meta. But I think Mega Scizor has something to say about that. What is good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. Now first, there's some order of business we need to discuss. Some of you guys tuned into my stream earlier today. I was playing some Halo, wasn't playing Pokemon Duel. And the title was, my phone is getting repaired. Well, I put my phone in the Apple Store. I waited for 2 hours, and look what they did. They didn't fix it. Apparently my phone is slightly bent. Apparently they have to hook something up in this in the charger port, and they're saying that it would not hook up. Well, I was like, okay, if it won't hook up, how come I can charge my phone and it works fine? I think it's a screen issue, but they're saying because they couldn't hook it up to their machine and diagnose something that was wrong with it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. My screen, there's just something in the pixels, but unfortunately they couldn't fix it, and they told me the best thing we can do is offer you a new phone for $600. And I'm like, no. Because I'm just going to use this phone until the new one comes out. I mean, the conference is what, September 12th? So this is upsetting. I owe $500 still left on this phone. A new phone's coming out. And I'm not going to be able to sell this phone back to Apple because of the damage that's done to it. So, lesson learned, guys. Don't throw your phone. Don't punch your phone. Don't bang it on the railings. That's just something we've learned. So, something to take away. All right. Next order of business. Yesterday, the monthly reset. I was top 4,000, the worst I've ever done, and because of that, I was like super pissed off. Yesterday, I played a lot of games, probably like 15, the most I've ever played in a day, and I think I won 3. Like honestly, I think I won 3 or 4. I was pretty salty, and I'm like right now I'm kind of like in a deck crisis. I don't know what deck to run. Well, I came to the consensus of, you know what? We're going to rock the Tarvold Square deck. That's what I'm going to run for the entirety of this month, and that's the only thing I'm going to run, regardless of the new figures. Like, yeah, I'll get the new figures, and we'll definitely test them and play them when I stream, but as of now, this is the only deck I'm going to be using in League. But I want to credit somebody before we get into this video. The Mega Scizor, what you guys been waiting for. We are going to change things up, and we're going to go to the desktop. And we're going to talk about Dragon My Balls. He posted this in Reddit 21 hours ago, and it says, my gum out. Is Scizor Mega Scizor viable now? Could it be the anti-meta? Well, if you guys remember that Scizor has an ability, if you get attacked, and I believe it's above 120, they get a cracked marker on them. I think it's 130 actually, or 120, 130. We'll go over in a second. And then when they have a cracked marker on them, if you attack with another Scizor or your existing Scizor, if you hit that attack, they get KO'd instead. But if you have Mega Scizor and they have a cracked marker on them, they become banished. Now, when I saw this, when Scizor first came out, I was like, this is cool, but you need multiple Scizors. Or you need more figures that can attach a cracked marker onto it. Well, when I saw this post, I was like, I think I have multiple Scizors. I have 3 Scizors. And I was like, yo, this could be interesting. Because I have 2 that can crack, 1 that can Mega. So I do have the Mega Scizor. 1 can banish. So I put together a deck, and we played a Dragon deck. So let's take a look at this match. Alright guys, we're back. If I sound a little snuffy, I think I have allergies. I don't think I'm getting sick, but yeah. So we are going up against Diesel, and he is rocking the Dragon deck, the double Mega Rays. He's got 2 of the Meteoric Teachings, and he has 1 Mega Altaria. Mega, that's what I'm missing in the Dragon deck, honestly, is the Altaria. I don't have the Mega Altaria, and I don't have a second Ray. So we already know this deck is super threatening. Everything is going to be hitting for, here, let's take a look at it. If it's 130. So if the battle opponent of this Pokemon spins an attack of 130 or more damage, attach a cracked marker to the battle opponent. So it doesn't matter if you hit dodge. That's the best case scenario. They attack you, you hit dodge, they hit an attack for above 130. It attaches a cracked marker on them. And then the Crushing Squeeze. If the battle opponent has a cracked marker on it, this Pokemon takes no damage, and the battle opponent is knocked out unless it's a fire type. Now, we do have the full Evo. We have the Scizor into the Mega Scizor, and the Crush of Doom, if the battle opponent has a cracked marker on it, exclude the battle opponent from the duel unless it is a fire type. Like, okay. So we are rocking three Scizors. Zoro because Zoro's meta, switching anything. Coco just to stop any other rushes. And Sableye. Now, initially I had Mega Lucario here, but I don't necessarily need Mega Lucario for the dragons because I want them to get cracked. So that's why I took Mega Lucario. I would also consider maybe putting Solgaleo in here if you don't have like a Sableye, but I brought the Sableye because of mobility, because of purple, and because of its Mega Sableye, the plating Nah. Alright? So without further ado, let's watch how this match unfolds. I've been up with the Coco, and we're going to stop and talk about this. The reason why I didn't go right here and then take the entry point the following turn is because I know my opponent does have the long throw. If my Coco is there, he can long throw, and he could Meteoric Teachings right away. But although I do have the Zoro, so I don't know if he would. I don't know if he would actually risk it. But I didn't really. I know this deck's gonna take a time to set up, so I also want to take time to set up as well. So he's gonna bring on the Altair's. I'm just gonna put my Coco in the center. You know, setting up the basic second wall. While he's playing the Dragon Sphere, I'm also going to be playing my Metal Coat. That's what it's called, I believe. Yeah, the Metal Coat. So now we got this Scizor into a Scizor. And this Scizor here is just basically waiting in the back. Oh, I totally forgot to go over my plates. He brings over the Haxorus, and the plate that I'm also running with this deck is the Winged Sphere. So now that my Scizor evolved from the Scizor can move through figures. Although the Mega Scizor can move through figures, I also wanted to have my Scizor be able to move through figures. So he's bringing up the Ray. I'm going to bring up my other Scizor, and now we have the cracked Shuppet wall set up. So I'm going to move Sableye here. I know my opponent's not going to attack. He doesn't want to risk attacking and me switching to the Zoro. So what I decided to do here is I wanted to bring the Scizor there, and I wanted to attack, but I was scared. And I should have attacked there, but I didn't. And here I made the mistake is I switched. I should not have switched there. Like I said, I want the opponent to get the correct marker, but I switched because this is actually the second time I've ran this deck. The second time. So I'm still getting a little used to it. But he takes out my Zoro. Don't fear the Zoro, but we're going to max revive because we need Zoro on the board here. So opponent attacks with Haxorus. I'm going to let it roll. I want to status this figure. Burn is great. Give it a bigger miss. And I'm going to move the Coco back just to threaten us around. And I make a misplay here. No. I Wing Sphere here. The plan is I want to attack the Ray on the left side. But I make a mistake the following turn is I forgot to bring my Coco over to protect, just in case the opponent gets the fly. So now I attack with the Scizor. I'm like, let's get this crack marker. And what do you think he gets? He gets the fly. And I'm like, oh my great. This is annoying already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with this Scizor. And I'm like, let's get this crack marker going. Boom, I do get the crushing switch. He hits for over 130. And now this figure is cracked. Then he moves down. He does not attack me, so I take this opportunity. We are going to Mega, and we are going to go right after this Ray. And keep in mind, if we KO this Ray, he's going to be banished. And what do you think happens? The Ray rolls the miss. We get the Crushing Doom, and GG, boys. And it doesn't even matter. We're going to stop and talk about this. Because it was cracked. If the battle opponent has a crack mark on it, exclude the battle opponent from the duel unless it's a fire type. So, actually, would I have gotten KO'd there? Because he would have hit above me. I would have been KO'd, right? And he would have just been excluded. But unfortunately for him, he does roll the miss, so I'm still on the board. And now the opponent is bringing up the Noibat, but I'm going to DC here, and I'm going to try and get rid of this figure because it is confused. I knew it was going to roll into, probably going to roll into the guillotine. I'm like, please, can we get the goal? Can we please? And boom, we do. We get the bullet punch. I'm like, let's go. Make him play. Now my opponent is forced to come back, and I can move through figures because that's part of my Scizor's ability. So I'm going to move through, and I'm like, let's get that bullet punch one more time. GG, boys, to the Noibat. He lands the whirlwind, and I land the dodge, and I was like really scared here. And I'm like, we're making plays. Let's go. And I get the Crushing Doom. And my dreams just disappeared. I was like, no, man. I was really upset there. But that's the risk you take. And he's going to advance, and he's going to attack. I didn't want to switch here. The only reason why I didn't switch here is because I want the Zoro primarily for the Ray. So that's why I didn't switch there. But we can move back on, and I'm going to try and get rid of this thing. We're going to try and get rid of this thing, although I know he does have the Hurricane. Now we de-evolve, but it's still okay because this thing does hit for over 130. So he attacks again. He gets a Hurricane, and my poor Coco goes to the bench, but the good thing is he is not dead. So I have to move close to the goal, because if I did not, he would have attacked. I don't have a goal block. I would be in trouble, but I'm like, all right, we need to get rid of this Ray. He's got nothing to surround me. He lands the miss, and unfortunately for me, I hit the dodge, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to do it again. I don't care. We can sack you. It's fine. I do get the Night Days, but we do get the Sableye back on the board, and I haven't used the Mega yet. That's why I was okay to get rid of the Zoro. I was okay to sack the Zoro because I needed the Sableye back on the board. So I'm going to protect my goals. The opponent is going to attack my poor little Coco. And I get the one that I wish. I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. Let's take the entry point. And this Mega Ray is kind of in trouble. If the Mega Ray tries to attack me, he's going to get cracked. And the opponent doesn't care. He's like, you know what? We're going to meet our teachers anyway. We're going to get rid of your dodge. And we're going to attack you. And we're most likely going to get cracked. Which I don't agree with because I do have this Scizor right here. If he does take this one out and tries to attack my other one, and I get my white, you're in the PC. I do get the crushing squeeze. He gets his extreme speed. He is now cracked. I can now cover the goal with my other Scizor, but we just have to pray I don't roll a miss or the bullet punch. So I'm going to cover up here, and he's going to attack again. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get that crushing squeeze. And but the good thing is I have Sableye on the board. I have the Mega. I can't get killed by damage. And we're actually going to stop for a second. So I'm going to Mega here. Stop. We're going to Mega. So now he can't KO me. I'm going to attack him actually because I have a shot at taking him out. Unfortunately, I'm going to get the shot of Sneak. The reason why we're going to stop, I have to sneeze. Maybe. Sorry about that. Okay. So now we have an option here. This figure is cracked. We can attack with the Scizor, or we can attack with the Zoro. Zoro is the best chance because of the cross counter at 40 versus the Scizor's crushing squeeze at 32. Unfortunately, I don't have a DC, but what we're going to do is probably sneeze again. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. So we're coming on with the Zoro. We're attacking. I'm like, please, 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 can we please get the cross counter? Boom! Let's go. GG, boys, to this Ray. Get out of here. All right, guys, I'm actually going to stop so I can blow my nose, and I'm just going to make a cut real quick. So, BRB. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. Now, let's take a look at what we have here. We are now have the center point open. We do have our Scissor that can come on the board, and he can crack any one of these figures. Well, yeah, mostly any one of these figures, especially if they get the D-Dance. And they still have the Mega Altaria, so we do need to be cautious of that. So I'm going to bring on my Scizor, and the goal is to try and work the Scizor around the board, so we have to go first round here. And the opponent's smart here. They're going to Mega Altaria. They're going to try and get themselves KO'd because they want to bring back their Ray that are Mega Scizor banished. But instead of, I think what he should have done is just going after my, oh yeah, I was already, that's why I did it, okay. That makes sense. I forgot that I was, cursed. But the opponent's gonna come down and he attacks my Scizor, who we do crack. So now you have a cracked marker, and what we're gonna do is we are going to get away from this Altaria. I don't want this Altaria attacking me. That's what the opponent is trying to do. They're trying to attack my Zoro so they can bring back their Ray. And I'm like, you're not gonna attack me. I'm getting out of here. Excuse me. Now he de-evolves. Now we're safe. Now I can bring on my other Scizor. And now the opponent is going to try to Hurricane my poor little Zoro. But my Zoro is like, what? My Zoro is not hitting the gold. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I don't know why this is happening, but I'll take it. But we do get rid of that scary Noivern, and we're actually going to walk up the left side, and I'm going to get met by this monster who does hit the guillotine. That would have been nice if we would have got the cross counter, well, we did, into one of Hatcher's wife's attacks, but unfortunately we do not. I got to be careful here. I got to protect the goal because I do not have any goal blocks. But now, since my opponent did not advance up, we're going to come back and we're going to try and go up that left side with my other Scizor. And he actually moved his Hackers politely out of the way, but we have to cover up. Otherwise, that's GG boys. And he is cracked. The dodge, did you see that? I hit dodge. He would hit over 130. And he's cracked. And the opponent, I think, makes a big mistake here. He tries to attack me again. Actually, you know what? I think he's trying to stack. He's trying to get the Mega Ray, or he's trying to get Ray back on the board. But because he allows me to go up the left side, we're now in a position to threaten game. And he attacks again, and yes, I get the dodge. And before, when Scizor came out, I was like, why does he need dodge? Why does he need dodge? I think it works perfectly, especially with the cracked ability. I'm like, okay, this actually makes sense. This is good. So now he's going to cover up. I'm like, all right, bro, all we got to do is win this roll. And that's pretty much GG, boys. No, I was hoping they would land the purple. They don't land the purple, but this thing is now cracked. I need multiple Mega Scizors. That would be good. This deck would be really good if there's multiple Mega Scizors. But he's going to try and attack again. He's trying to get that Ray, who isn't cracked. So, I mean, I agree with what he's doing. But fortunately for me, my Scizor held on just enough for me to start advancing up the board. And here, my opponent, I think, makes a mistake by taking an entry point, and I make a mistake by not bringing on the Zoro, but I was going for the win, and he gets the flamethrower, and I get the clutch, crushing squeeze, and that, my friends, is GG, boys. There is nothing that Diesel can do, and I just go ahead to try to switch here. I'm like, Zoro, be the MVP. Let's do it again. I don't do it again, but we do, fortunately, win the match. So, what do you guys think about this deck? What do you think about Scizor and Mega Scizor? Do you think we need more figures to do that can do cracked, attach the cracked marker on figures? Because like I said, I remember when Zoro first came out, or when Scizor first came out, I needed more of them because I wanted to do a deck. When he first came out, I wanted to do a deck just like this with multiple Scizors. We finally got the multiple Scizors, and we finally have a purpose for them. I'm going to continue to test it. I'm going to stream tomorrow, and I hope I play a lot of Dragon decks. I want to test it some more tomorrow. The thing is, I'm not going to bring it in late. Like I said, I'm going to rock with this the entirety of the month. So, mark my words. Hopefully, I stay true to my words. We'll see. But we're going to cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace.